To draft a basic sleeve block, you'll be needing some of these tools that you see here. I have my white pattern paper, my scissors, and these two marker pens, which is not compulsory, but you know their use later in the video. I have my measuring tape, and you'll also be needing your tracing wheel. Okay, now go ahead and fold your pattern paper or whatever material you're working with. Fold it into two, the way it will contain your measurement. Okay, and after folding, I'll just go ahead and tape it down to keep it in one place, and then we'll start taking the measurements. By the way,
Hello, you don't even know my name, but I am happy you came by.
so I'll go ahead and mark a starting point here at this top here. I'll just go ahead and rule out a line to serve as a starting point for us. Okay, after that, I'll start from that starting point and mark down to my elbow measurement. Mark 13 inches, which is pretty much standard for most adult hand. Okay, you mark from the top line to the 13 inches, and then you mark out your desired length of sleeve. We are just trying to cut out both short and long sleeve. I hope that makes sense. Mark 13 inches, and then the next thing you're going to do is to determine the cap height. And to do that, you're going to divide your bust measurement by 12 plus 1. I'm working with a bust measurement of 36 inches divided by 12 would give me 3 inches plus 1 inch, and that would be 4 inches. Okay, so this 4 inches now will be the cap height. Let's just call that CH, cap height. Now I'll start from this top line and measure down to that 4 inches. Okay, divide your bust circumference by 12 plus 1 inch, and then you rule it out like so. Now on that same cap height, we're going to determine our cap width, and to do that again, I'm going to show you how to do that. You divide your bust circumference by 6 plus 1.5. You see, I'm using another colored marker pen to show you. So 36 divided by 6 would give us 6 inches plus 1.5. So that would be 7.5, 7.5. And that would be the cap width. On your cap height line, go ahead and mark the 7.55, which is the cap width. Okay, use your own measurement so it to give you what you will use there. Start from that point and then just connect it diagonally like this, from that cap height measurement to the top line, and then you're going to measure whatever value you have there and divide that by 2. Just watch closely. You're going to measure it, and then you bend your measuring tape into 2 and mark it out. I'm just trying to highlight it. You don't necessarily need to do that. Okay, now on that midpoint, I'm going to go in by 0.25 and then come in again, go out 0.25. Mark 0.25 in and 0.25 out. Okay, now I'm going to use my curve. You see this part, see how I'm placing it? You're going to connect it. First, we are going to connect the back. This one we are connecting now is the, will be going to the back armhole. Okay, you're going to place your curve like that, and then you curve it just as you see me do. Turn your curve again, and then you're going to curve it to the cap width measurement. It's that simple. Now for the front, I'm going to use another color of marker so that you see it clearly, just like we did for the back. For the one that will be going to the back armhole, I'm going to connect it from this starting point here all the way to that 0.25, which is on the midpoint of the line. And then again, I'll turn my curve and curve it to the cap width and label it front and back. That's pretty much about it. Now you go to your elbow line, and then you take your round elbow measurement. Go to the full length, and then you take your wrist measurement. Make sure it will pass through your hand. Okay, measure it round, and then whatever you have, you're going to impute it there. Now take your curve again, and you're going to place it the same way I did here. Go ahead and place it like that, and then use a straight ruler to connect from the elbow measurement to the full length. Some people like to go deeper than the curve that I already have here, which is still normal if you want to. What matters is that it fits properly after joining the sleeves. So now we are done with this measurement. We are going to trace out this green marker here. We're going to trace it out because that part will be going to the front armhole, and we want to indicate that so that by the time we open the sleeve up, we'll see the line. Okay, go ahead and use the tracing wheel and trace it out. You see how I showed you? You can use you can hold your tracing wheel. Go ahead and hold it either way you choose, then you cut it out. Before cutting, you can choose to add your allowance, your desired allowance. For me, I usually use 1.5 or even 1 inch sometimes. Go ahead and follow the line that you have there and then add it. Add your, then you're going to connect it and cut it out. But I don't want to add allowance yet. I'm just going to cut out what I have here. Now, come to this part and follow the red curve. That is the one that will be going to the back. Just follow it and cut it out to have something like this. After that, open up your sleeve and then you're going to follow the that part that we traced out with our tracing wheel. I'm just trying to indicate it. You don't have to do this if you're doing this on your own because you can see it clearly. You're just going to cut it out. Follow that trace and then cut it out. But I'm just trying to show you what it looks like, what we traced. Okay, and then connect these lines. It's important. Right after that, you go ahead and cut it out. Follow the curve, or yeah, the curve, the one we traced out, and that's it. Don't forget to label the front and then the back. You see how I labeled it? This one is going to be front armhole and this one will be going to the back armhole. And that's pretty much about your sleeve. Now, if you want to cut it out on your fabric, you're going to fold it to your desired length. If it's your quarter sleeve, you're going to fold it on that elbow line and then you cut it out. Place it on your fabric, add your desired allowance on the side, hemming allowance, and then stitching allowance on the upper part of 1/2 inch. On the side, you can do 1 inch or 1.5 depending on what you want. And with this sleeve block, you can do a lot with it. You can transform this to a bell sleeve, whatever size of sleeve that you want. All you have to do is use the slash and spread method. But this will come in handy anytime you want to cut your sleeve, especially your own sleeves, instead of drafting it every time. Now, let me know in the comment section if you enjoy this and if you have any related questions, and I'll be glad to answer you. My name is Confidence, and I'll see you on my next one. Be good. Bye.